Welcome first years. In your short story explanation, The Antidote, written by R.K. Narayan. This story, antidote, what does it mean by antidote? Like suppose a person has drank poison. There is certain things which can counteract the effect of poison. That is known as antidote. Like you cannot say it is a type of medicine which can cure, but it can be exactly give the opposite effect of whatever the poison person has taken. So that means it can save the life. It can save the life. Okay, that is the antidote. Suppose you are in danger, danger of imagine it out like a scorpion bite or something, like a scorpion or a snake's bite. Immediately for a snake's bite, people said that to tie up a certain cloth at a very tightly, it should be tied up at the place just where it has been bitten or just a little bit upside, so the poison cannot go inside the body. That could be like a antidote, okay, which is stopping the poison, which is counteracting the effect of poison, and people can take it out that by pumps or some things the poison can be taken out immediately. If otherwise it could have spread the whole body. If we tied it up and then from there only with the suction pump or something, they can immediately take out the poison. So that is an antidote for that. Medicines are definitely being there, but which can give an immediate effect to the poison or to the thing which can give, which can be a life threatening, the effect or the counter effect can give is known as antidote. Okay. So here is that this is written by R.K. Narayan, and as you know, he is one of the very famous author in English language. English literature could never have been, especially Indian English literature could never have been accomplished without his presence and without his writings. He has contributed a lot of you can say short stories, essays, and everything. Whatever he has written has a humorous touch with a gentle satire, with you can say like it touches the heart and it makes us think for a long time that really is it right, or have we supposed to do like this. This type of the writings are very rare, where the reader can get a thought after reading. Otherwise we'll read it out and we'll forget it out. But his writings could never be forgotten because of his immediate, you can say, the touching to the lives of the people. So he has written many of the novels, and he has created one of the imaginary town known as Malgudi. I hope you have heard this name anywhere. So Malgudi town, he has created one of the imaginary town that is in South Indian side, especially at the Tamil side, and he created some fictional characters into that known as Swami, and Swami is the main character, and his friends, his grandmother, his father, his mother, and continuous like the stories about that particular small family, or you can say the middle class family being mentioned in that whole books, the Malgudi days, and with that he created many of the chapters related to that. So that was actually very much famous, Swami and his friends, the man-eater of Malgudi. Many like you can say the writings are related to Malgudi only. The next is he got Sahitya Academy Award for the his novel Guide. In 1958 he has written that, and he had got that Sahitya Academy Award. According to our like you can say Indian according to Indians, this is one of the honorable and prestigious award only given to the people, those who have done something extraordinary in the field of in their own field, and especially this is for the literary field. So he has got this, and if you have heard about that, one of the movie being made on this particular novel long back somewhere like 60s or 70s. So long back they have made this movie on this particular novel, maybe in 60s they have made that. So that was also one of the hit movies, because the story was something very different from that type of the from that era. It was very different, and you can imagine it out that his views, his thinking is something ahead of the time. That means he was not thinking for the time, he was thinking ahead of the time. So whatever he has written is today also very much in trend, very much people believe into that, and today also it is relatable. Now the next is he normally as I said, his stories touch our heart. So why it touch our heart? Because we feel that, we observe it out that it is relating to our life. So how it is relating? It normally has the day to day activities, day to day lives of the ordinary people, their hopes and troubles of all the ordinary people, what the simple troubles are there. It is not about the rich classes and all, it is only about the middle classes, and that too how the life could give them a lot of troubles, and how they try to find out the antidotes for their problems. Exactly, they could not get the solution, so they just want to change the situation into something else, or try to calm themselves by finding out another type of the solution. Okay. So now here we will start this story, The Antidote. Now I hope you can relate this also. You have heard maybe many times sneezing. While if suppose somebody is sneezing, the other person is leaving the house, and suppose suddenly somebody has sneezed from the backside. What is the reaction of the person who is leaving, or the other persons, those who are at home? They may definitely give a reaction like, my goodness, wait, don't go. This is not the time to go, correct time to go, because somebody has sneezes from the backside, something bad will happen with you. This type of the superstitions, this is known as the superstition, or you can say blind faith. In India we find this in bundles. Everybody everywhere has a feeling like if suppose something this thing happened, that thing could be happened. That means they relate with the month, with the date of any month especially, or with any of the particular, like animals as well, like here cat crossing the path. Cat normally crosses the path, but people had a belief that if suppose you are going and suddenly a cat crosses the path, they just stop for a moment to wait, let that complete thing be over within a moment or two, then we can pass it. Otherwise they have a belief that something bad is going to happen, like a bad omen, bad situation can arise. And this here, if suppose the cat would be black in color, my goodness, again the problem could be more. The problem could be more. So these are the people's superstitions and blind faiths. And here especially it is being mentioned like in many of the people, like they believe to start writing the Janma Patrika and horoscopes. Many people take out the horoscopes, Janma Patrika, after the birth of a newborn baby. As soon as the baby borns, they start immediately making the Janma Patrika or the horoscope. What is the, like how the stars are there in that boy or girl's life, what is going to happen in the near future. And like before marriages also, people make the matching of the kundalis, and many of the things are being done to make sure that the rest of the life could go in a better way. So this is all he is saying is a superstitions. Astrologers consulted on many occasions. Yes, before starting anything, inauguration of any of the particular thing, or any of the, like you can say they wanted any business or any of the thing could be start with the consent of the astrologer, by asking them whether this is the right time to start or this is the better time to continue or not. If the astrologer said something, they just want to stop it for 1 or 2 days. They just want to postpone it and then they want to continue. You must have heard or you must have seen that many of the people, like even the directors of the films or the serials, they have got a habit of making all those serials and the films with the starting letter should be K. Okay, so they feel that with, if suppose it starts with K, the whole serials would run better, and they can earn better, and this movie can be hit, super duper hit it can become if it starts with K. So sometimes people forget that the story, the theme, the other things are more counted when compared to the starting letter of the movie, but they had a belief, and sometimes it hit the jackpot. That means it become really whatever the astrologer has said, it happened sometimes. So the people's faith can become more and more blind on the astrologers, and they don't do a single thing without asking to the astrologers. And the next is like here he is saying for not only for the consultation, like suppose if they don't get, okay, remedial measures to be observed. Suppose they could not avoid the situation, they could not change the name, so what to do? That could be the remedial measures. That means they take some of the other like you can say remedies, or the other, try to find out the different things in order to lessen the effect of the bad things. They do something good, they try to do like doing this one. Suppose the astrologer has said that at 10 a.m. sharp you have to start that program, but somehow it had happened that the VIP could not reach, or maybe the electricity was not there, something had happened. So what to do? Now the Muhurat will go away, now the time will be not there as the astrologer has said. So what to do? They will ask some remedial measures to the astrologer. So they may say that something to be done, like you do the sacrifice of the animal, or you do something like the flowers, like something to be decorated and all. So if they give that type of the remedial measure, they observe and they feel, okay, the bad thing which is going to happen because of the time not being maintained, it has been completely omitted because of providing the remedial measures. Have you understood? I hope you have got that. So the remedial measures would be observed, and then now this story is gentle satire on the superstitious nature of the people, or superstitions, in especially in Indian society. Indian society, like it is not like only the literate or illiterate, both educated as well as uneducated, both the people believe in this type of the superstitions. As and one more thing, remember it out, it is not only for one religion, all the religions have got this type of the thing in their life. Like in other religions, as I said earlier, particular months, in particular months people don't get married. On a particular day they give all the alms and charity on particular date. They had a feeling that something bad maybe happen in those 2 months, so better not to do those 2 or 3 months, so not to get married, not to do something good, no, always be in a mood to, in a sad mood, okay, not to be in a good mood, or you can do something festival, or some good things could not be celebrated, could not be done during those 2 months, 2 or 3 months. So these are, we cannot relate it to one religion. All the religions have this type of the, you can say, inhibitions. It is not in the religion. This R.K. Narayan wanted to say, it is not in the religion, it is man-made. People have made these inventions. According to him, astrologers and other people have made these inventions for themselves. They just created this to get the amount from the people, to just create all these things among the mind of the people, so they may get fear, and they do all the things whatever better for their future they do. And in other words, who will get benefited? The persons, those who are suggesting the remedies. It is not only the astrologers, maybe the saintly type people, those who present themselves out as the godly people, they can get definitely benefited by the taking care of the, or you can say by instigating the fear in the people. So he said the same thing here. It was a very gentle satire, very lightly he mentioned it out all the things. And here the main character. Let me introduce you. The main character is Gopal in your story Antidote. Gopal is the main character and he is an actor. In a film, he is working like a hero. Okay, so Gopal, an actor, and he is at present when the story being given, or you can read the story. So he is a film hero and he has to enact certain scenes. As because you know that daily they have certain scenes, according to the script they have to go to the performance of the scenes. So this time he has to, that day, particular day, he has to enact a death scene. In that story he has to die. Even though he was a hero, but he has to die. So that scene to be performed on particular day, and that day was actually Gopal's birthday. Okay, so are you getting? Two contradictory things. On birthday he has to enact the death scene, and Gopal was hesitant. He was not willing to perform the death scene because it was his birthday and he has certain inhibitions, or you can say superstitions in his mind. What superstitions, and how he tried to find out the remedial measure for that, whether the director has changed the story or the script writer has changed the story or the scene. In the next class we will continue that explanation. By the time, keep in mind whatever the whole thing is. Here we are talking about the superstitions and the astrologers, how they suggest, and whatever the remedial measures normally people believe into that, and how they make the horoscopes and all, and the main character of Gopal, who has got into trouble of enacting the death scene on the birthday. Okay. So in the next class we will continue the explanation. By the time, have a good day and take care.